MARISA. In 2007, the British pound was strong, and I'd been working 80-hour weeks. On holiday, at a watering hole called Bar on A in New York's East Village, I picked out a bartender right away and ordered my first drink. "Here's $20. I want you to look after me." The bartender introduced her friend MARISA, naturally blonde, tanned, and petite. Despite her small build, I couldn't keep up with the pace at which she drank her whiskey sours. She lived for books, she told me, and invested in hedge funds because, according to her, it was the only way to afford to live in New York. And now, because of the recession, her life was over. I watched as she cowered into herself, her lips puckered, her eyes squinted, and her face flushed. I just finished Seek My Face by John Updike. He's going to write a sequel to The Witches of Eastwick. Have you read him? I've read everything he's ever written. It felt silly to tell her that I dreamed of being a writer. I'd hardly read any books in my lifetime, and in my half-drunk state, I struggled to recall many titles. I've read some James A. Michener, historical books about South Africa and the Holy Land. I read Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas a couple of months back. I read The Fountainhead. She scrunched up her nose. When the bartender called last drinks, MARISA asked if I could pay for her final whiskey sour. I paid, and the employees locked the doors and invited us to have a couple more mixed drinks as they mopped the floors and cleaned the beer lines. "Let's walk Tara home," MARISA said, referring to the bartender who'd hosted me. "My place isn't far. You can crash there." After we dropped Tara off, MARISA invited me into her home opposite Tompkins Square Park. There was no running water in her apartment. Pumpkin soup had been spilled on the carpet. Plates and bowls were scattered about, while spoons, knives, and forks were stuck in the crevices of the couch. Cups with coffee grounds were spread around windowsills and on the bench and table. A bra and lingerie underwear were folded over the radiator. MARISA lit a wax candle beneath a bulbous lamp. I went to relieve myself in her bathroom and lifted the toilet seat. My eyes and nose were assaulted by the explosion of diarrhea inside the bowl. I gagged and joined MARISA next to the lit candle. I hadn't noticed when I'd walked in, but there were dozens of books strewn across the floor of her cluttered living room. The paperbacks folded, left open, face down. "This book is really great," MARISA said, pointing to The Star's My Destination by Alfred Bester. "And this is what I'm reading right now." She picked up Kurt Vonnegut's Player Piano. I placed my hand on her elbow. "My ex broke my jaw," she said. "I'm suing him for everything he has." She looked at me emotionless. I pulled her gently by the arm and we kissed. Her jawline was so vulnerable, it felt off kilter and began to make sounds. Click, click, click. Even a light backhand from a grown man could fracture any bone in her delicate frame. "I won't do anything you don't want me to do," I said. "You better not. I have people who will protect me. They'll take you out." I cradled her in my arms as we lay down on the couch together. "I promise." She kept clicking her jaw. I began to drift off to sleep. She started whimpering. "Please don't kill me." I woke up on the couch. "Shit, shit, shit," I heard her call from the bedroom where she had slept. "I have to go see my lawyer. I'm late." I stood on a half-eaten burrito as I shuffled my way out the door. MARISA squeezed when she hugged me and said goodbye.